So today we're going to be learning about law of sines. So the formula for law of sines is the sine of A over the side of A is equal to the sine of B over the side of B, which is equal to the side of C over the side of C. It sounded like I said side of C for both of them, but I didn't. So here you can see is an example of a triangle, which A is 105 degrees and B is 35 degrees and C is missing. However, we are given the side of B, which we know is B because it is the opposite side. Since we know a triangle is 180 degrees, every triangle is, we can find the measure of angle C by subtracting 35 plus 105 by 180. Here we could see that the measure of angle C was equal to 40. Yay! So that's how you would find a missing angle if you were given the two other ones. So now we want to know what the side lengths are. Now I'm just writing where the sides are because the corresponding sides are to the angles. So it's going to be where the opposite side of A is. That's where going to be the side of A is. Now I'm just rewriting that function for the law of sines, so we know all of them are equal to each other. And since we know all of them are equal to each other, we can put together that the sine of B over the length of B is going to be equal to the sine of A over the length of A as well. This means that the sine of 35 over 7 is going to be equal to the sine of 105 over the missing side of A. Now that we know the sine of 35 over 7 is equal to the sine of 105 over the missing side of A, we can cross multiply them in order to get an equation. You can see that the equation is A times sine of 35 is equal to 7 times sine of 105. And now, since we're trying to find the measure of A, we can divide A times sine of 35 by sine of 35 to get it by itself. And since we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other. Now we can cross out the sine of 35 just to get A by itself completely. Now we can put that as 7 times sine of 105 divided by sine of 35. Then you're going to put that into the calculator, and you're going to find that A is equal to 11.78828, and we're going to round to the nearest tenths, so it comes up to 11.8. Now all I'm doing is just writing 11.8 to the side of A. Even though we have already found A, we still haven't found C, so we're going to use the sine of B over the side of B is equal to the sine of C over the side of C. This means that the sine of 35 degrees over 7 is going to be equal to the sine of 40 degrees over the missing side of C. Now I'm just writing it over again so I can be reminded of the equation while I switch to a new paper. Now, as we did last time, we're just multiplying or cross-multiplying the two equations. So it's going to be c times sine of 35 is equal to 7 times sine of 40. Since we're trying to get c by itself, we're just going to divide c times sine of 35 by sine of 35. And since we do it to one side, we have to do it to the other. Then we're going to cross out the sine of 35 because it's not even there anymore. This means that c is going to be equal to 7 times sine of 40 divided by sine of 35. Now, after you put this in your calculator, you're going to find that c is equal to 7.84466. And then you're going to round it to the nearest tenth, and you're going to find that it's 7.8. So now this is the newly solved triangle with all of the sides and angles solved. And we did that all through the law of sines. So yay, we finished.